Thanks, dear viewers, for joining us in this edition of the Prime 10 newscast on EQUINOXE TV, live from our headquarters in Cameroon's economic capital, Douala. I am Babla Jonathan. In our top stories in this edition of the news, a man narrowly escapes death in a village near Kambe Central Subdivision in the Donga-Mantum Division, northwest region of the Republic of Cameroon. He was almost buried alive over witchcraft or alleged practice of witchcraft, and a lawyer warns that jungle justice is punishable by the law in the Republic of Cameroon. The nation pays homage to fallen indomitable lion Tatos Défunt. He was a one-time captain of the senior national football team of Cameroon. And out of the country, the former president of Mali, Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, has been released by the military. Thanks, dear viewers, for staying with us in this edition of the news on EQUINOXE Television. We begin in the Donga-Mantum Division, northwest region of the Republic of Cameroon, where a man has narrowly escaped death. He was about to be buried over alleged practice of witchcraft in that part of the country, and a lawyer has warned that jungle justice is punishable by the law in the Republic of Cameroon. Manjikan Gabriel has more.
The village in Kambe Central Subdivision, Donga-Mantum Division of the Northwest region. Pan Congo, as he is called, is about to be buried alive by angry villagers after it was alleged he killed his own nephew by name Kimbi. Speaking in the native Limbum dialect, Pan Congo said in the set he is involved, he had refused that Kimbi shouldn't be killed because he was his son. But unfortunately, the other members of the set had already eaten part of Kimbi's body, which led to the death of Kimbi. Threatened that he will be buried alive in the same tomb that Kimbi was buried, Pan Congo added in the Limbum dialect that Kimbi was killed by his set members made up of 3 men. A legal mind says the act of attempting to bury Pan Congo alive was unacceptable.
A witchcraft is an offense in Cameroon. If somebody commits an act of witchcraft, please, section 251 of the Cameroon Penal Code punishes witchcraft from 2 years to 10 years with a fine of 5,000 to 100,000. If somebody is caught practicing the act of witchcraft, please take him to the police station, to the or to the state council.
Apart from the villagers attempting to bury him, the residents of Pan Congo was also set ablaze.
Every life matter. No matter what, don't take the life of anybody. That mob justice is not allowed in Cameroon. If you carry out mob justice on anybody whatsoever, the person dies. The law says in section 275 that you shall be punished by life imprisonment.
The inhabitants of B village finally banished Pan Congo out of their vicinity.
Blood continues flowing on highways across the Republic of Cameroon in the latest road accident on a highway in the north region of the Republic of Cameroon. 5 persons died in that incident in the locality or close to Figil subdivision. And Immaculate Fogwe now files in details in this report.
The state of these vehicles depicts the gravity of the accident. A head-on collision between 2 15-seater buses has taken away the lives of 5 persons, with several others injured on the National Road number 1, precisely in a locality known as Carrefour Bizarre, the Figil subdivision, North region of Cameroon. Witnesses account that both vehicles were on top speed and were coming from opposite directions, that is, Gara and Mara respectively. The injured victims are currently receiving treatment at the Gara Regional Hospital and the Figil District Hospital. Investigation are on course to ascertain the exact cause of the accident.
Immaculate Fogel reporting there. Now we talk about some flood victims here in Cameroon's economic capital, Douala. They are complaining that aid from the President of the Republic of Cameroon has not reached their homes. They were sidelined, according to them, in the distribution of the aid brought by the Minister of Territorial Administration, Tanganji Paul. Innocent Azi has more.
This is the common reason why most neighborhoods in Douala are often inundated with water, sending inhabitants out of their homes. Drainage channels are instead used as dump sites for plastic bottles, domestic and industrial waste.
Monsieur était comme chef de Diboum 3. Pour le moment, on ne vit pas à cause de l'inondation.
Problème d'inondation, qui est le véritable problème de ce coin.
We are, for instance, in Bilongue, a locality in the Douala 3 subdivision, where the locals are not even conscious of the fact that they are responsible. However, they believe it is the council's responsibility to get rid of this waste piped in drainage channels.
Nous le demandons de nous venir en aide en nous amenant des engins pour curer.
These drains have been blocked for years, causing floods.
Et le pont est bloqué.
Le maire prendra sur lui de pouvoir vraiment donner satisfaction à la population avec le curage de ce drain que nous attendons depuis.
First of all is to unblock these drainage channels for water to easily flow to avoid inundation.
Un bon chemin pour que ces plastiques qui sont là puissent passer normalement en dessous du pont.
While they trust the mayor, who has been moving around observing for himself.
Mais nous sommes très contents parce qu'on sent déjà que c'est un travailleur.
This action of the mayor shows he has goodwill for the people. We will stand by him.
Des changements et nous allons le soutenir par tous les moyens.
Et nous le remercions.
The mayor's store and assistance during the August 21st inundation is clear indication he is a good man.
Nous le remercions. Là, nous voyons que vraiment il va nous sortir de l'eau.
Some of these residents must have forgotten development is often accompanied by destruction.
Les démolitions sont programmées.
To treat this cankerworm, urgent demolitions have been programmed. We must react fast, otherwise face a more severe devastating inundation in the days ahead.
Pluie, ça va être plus grave parce que comme je vous ai dit,
demolition agents have already been mobilized.
Qui sont dans les zones de passage, c'est-à-dire au niveau des infrastructures.
Meantime, we are already emptying some of the drainage channels with the best of our capacity, with support from the city council.
La grande mairie va nous envoyer des engins plus performants, plus costauds, pour continuer le travail.
Locals will have to guide us where the obstacles are so we get rid of them and enlarge the drainage patterns.
L'obstruction des drains. Et sur le terrain, c'est elle-même qui nous montre des endroits pour lesquels il faudra absolument réagir.
The inhabitants are expected to accept damages that will be caused, especially on structures constructed on the path of drainage channels. Once this will be done, it is believed the frequent inundation during rainfall will stop.
Now to the opaque city of Limbe in the southwest region of the Republic of Cameroon. The city council is spearheading a project for the construction of a modern market in the town, and the foundation stone has been laid. The project is worth 1.2 billion francs CFA, financed by the council's support fund. FECOM. Davidson Maimo reports.
We have watched with envy for too long how other towns, not up to our statutes, enjoy the facilities of the modern market.
According to the Limbe City Mayor, Mutanga Andrew Monjimba, a total of 211 stores covering a total surface area of 7,500 meter squares worth a whopping sum of 1.2 billion CFA francs shall be constructed within a period of 6 months. Makeshift structures owned by traders at the site were all destroyed and the traders relocated along the new market area at Church Street.
I know that some traders have been caused a lot of emotional and financial pain due to this project. But please, we deeply sympathize with you.
Officiating at the launching ceremony, the Supervisory Authority of Councils in Fako Division, the Senior Divisional Officer said the project is a glaring example of the ongoing digitalization process by the government.
The realization of this project will come with plenty of multiplier effect in Fako Division and Limbe in particular.
The project solely sponsored with loan from FECOM, the Director General of FECOM says his presence in Limbe was to assure other mayors within the region of FECOM total support in the rebuilding of their communities, especially with the hardship caused by the ongoing Anglophone crisis.
To all the mayors of the Southwest regions, yes, FECOM is and will always remain at your entire disposal to support you in the implementations of your development projects.
While the administration requested the contractors to meet deadline and work in the spirit of patriotism, the supervisory engineer, Mark Design, attests that the quality of the work shall meet the requested standard.
We'll make sure all the necessary tests and prescriptions are followed to the latter.
Under my supervision, it's going to be tough, and the realities have to be mentioned and shown there.
It is expected that the first phase of the project shall definitely pave the way for FECOM to accept and sign the second phase of another project.
And the Limbe City Mayor, Mutanga Andrew Monjimba, has warned against the respect of Operation Ghost Town by some traders. The Ghost Town operation imposed by pro-independence fighters within the context of the 4-year-long armed conflict in the two Anglophone regions has been provoking friction between traders and business persons in general and municipal authorities in Kumba, Boya and Limbe. Take a listen to the city mayor of Limbe.
You know, I have been offering my heart to the population of Limbe for giving a deaf ear to calls for violence, destruction, and boycott of schools from ghost faces. However, this issue of respecting Monday ghost towns is one that may set us apart very shortly. May I once again say it in strong terms, especially to those in council stores and shops. The time for playing games shall soon be over, which we have provided enough security which you demanded. So I don't think there is any genuine excuse again for not opening the stores to the public on Mondays. Enough is enough.
The nation pays homage to a fallen indomitable lion, Stephen Tato, one-time captain of the indomitable lions of the Republic of Cameroon, is being paid homage in the nation's political capital, notably at the Yaoundé Sports Complex after his cup's removal. Today, Stephen Tato was right-back player who played for clubs in Cameroon and in Japan. He captained the Indomitable Lions in 1990 and in the 1990 and 1994 editions of the FIFA World Cup. He was the first player from Africa to play for a Japanese club. Born on the 31st of March 1963 in Yaoundé, he died on the 31st of July 2020 in Yaoundé at the age of 57. Now we are taking you to news out of Cameroon, and we're talking about the former president of Mali, Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, who was forced out of power during a military coup d'etat, and now he has been released after he was forced out of power. He was detained by the military, and the military says that it has released President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, who is returning to his home in the country's capital city. West African mediators say the coup leaders wants to stay in power for a 3-year transition period. They had earlier said they were not interested in the power.
Dans ce pays le sait.
Where on the African continent, 10 children have been killed by lightning in the northwestern Ugandan city of Arua after sheltering in a hut during a storm. The children were playing football when heavy rain forced them to take a break in a nearby grass-thatched structure, which was struck by lightning. 9 children aged 13 to 15 were killed on the spot, while another died on the way to the hospital. And this is where we end today's edition of the news on Equinox Television. Thanks for staying with us. Goodbye.